All right. What's going on, guys? It is Tuesday, December 6th, 2022, and I haven't taken a look at the markets. Actually, woke up kind of late today, so we're going to jump in. Alrighty, let's see. Let's get screen share. Let's get this guy up here, and here we go. Markets are jumping down yet again, just like yesterday. So here's the deal. Yesterday, I really did overtrade. Frankly, like it was a very difficult trading day, and aside from it being as difficult as it was trading yesterday, it also just it kept like almost making all these like false breaks and then not. Like it would like be like about to like do a breakout and even have like a tiny little run up, and then it would just crush, just fall down. We actually failed our evaluation yesterday because basically we had taken something that was setting up on the 1 minute chart, the 3 minute chart, and the 5 minute chart, had every indicator going for it, even a little bit of volume in the direction that we needed it to go. And then we just got one of these just really big crash downs. And when it happened too, like I actually hit the sell order. I was like, no, and just like sold as fast as I could. And yet at the same time, like it was still not fast enough. So, man, I cannot zoom in here. What's going on? There. I think we need to remove some of these lines. Just have too many. Remove old drawings. Let's get rid of anything that is over 2 days. Remove. Bam. There it goes. Alright, now we got a pretty clean chart. So, probably have to re-analysis this. I know that I'm going to go very slow today. I can tell. It just seems like a kind of weird and wonky day. Plus, like, I woke up late today. Obviously, kind of give that vibe, I think. But with me waking up late today, I mean, like, I still want to just kind of take a little bit of time to just watch the market, see what's going on with it today. For a minute, a while anyway. Might take feeler trades inside of the sim. We're gonna be like super cautious about the eval. We actually did reset our evaluation yesterday, just because it would be about 2 weeks or so for our next rebuild. Do a little pop up, just checking out with y'all's. All right. Okay, get this pop up off these lows. Have a possible crossover happening right there. Volume is looking pretty decent. Just gonna throw a volume line in here. This line. Okay, so we're getting a little pullback. Our low that we've hit is 39.60. When we bounce off that from 62 up to 65, so about 12 ticks in this direction, upward direction, and this does not look very bullish at all. Just gonna throw in a little bit of analysis here, finding some support and resistance zones. since we're currently making new lows, um, we think that the obvious thing to do here is short. Typically, I don't like to short, but I may have to use short today. So because that's the case, I'm going to be looking for things where I'm seeing dark blue switch over to red. And then I will likely employ my normal strategy of when red switches to yellow. I don't know that we're gonna look for cyan switches. I think that red to yellow is going to be the main one that we stick with. So when we see red switch to yellow, we'll likely try and go long. But yellow to red, I'll short, and from blue to red, I'll short on TTM. Continue to stair step down. You see sort of the stair stepping pattern forming. Just checking in with y'all's. What's up, Tiny? Good to see you. Good morning. Yeah, no worries. What's up, Kevin? Good to see you. Morning from morning out there in Lakeland. Yeah, I haven't taken any trades. Yesterday, I think I took 2 or 3 trades off stream, and when I did, I failed the eval. So yesterday was not a good day trading for me. I should have known when to walk away, and frankly, I never got green in the eval yesterday. It was one of the first days that I ever traded in that evaluation that I didn't get green. If I was down. And I did have a couple of days where I was I had one day where I was red and I had worked my way mostly out of it, and then I had one trade that dropped down right before it came back up, and that one took me out of the eval because of my trailing max drawdown. So where's my trader rate? Here it is. Can't hear anyway. Okay, so we have a fresh evaluation. We're going to be looking for a red-yellow move. Be better if the 9 gets above 12 from longing. But obviously, given yesterday's results and the movement of the chart today, I'm definitely far more bearish today. But the reason why I'd be looking for red yellow is just because this is already dropped down a lot on this momentum. So that's why I would look for red yellow next. But like I said, we're going to be looking to short from yellows to red and from cyan to or dark blue to red. So this kind of thing here, we're going to be looking to short off of this stuff. There's a red to yellow. Momentum from 7.4 to 7.3, so not big. We're also going to only be really kind of scalping today. Probably go for 6 ticks. A bit here. In at 59 and a quarter. Getting some lag. 7.4 to 7.1 to 6.4. So we did get that trade on the sim side. I was potentially looking for one on the eval side, but we'll see. In at 61.25 on the sim. Got that one really fast, really quickly. Missed the entry on this. I'm gonna cut it and join the bid. In at 64. We're gonna get out at 64.5.
Order filled.
Just looking for really micro scalp right now. Just looking to build up a cushion. Come on.
Order filled.
There we go. It was a really small one. Up $100 on the day. Gonna go really slowly right now. 7 to 4.4 on TTM 1 minute chart. A possible crossover forming there too. Wait for a pullback, maybe down to potentially even down to this like 12 here. And I'm going to put this at 6 ticks. And me being ready. It's actually popping up off of 65, so 7.1 to 5.7, 4.0 to 2.3. That's actually pretty decent momentum, and the 9 is beginning to cross the 12. Watch out for resistance here at the EMA 35, so but I wouldn't want it to pull back below 64. So I'm going to try to get in at 64.5. See if I can get that entry. Entered at 64.5. Now I'm looking for a move up to 65, 66. And likely that move will be on the next candle. So it's 15 seconds left in this candle. I'm looking for the next candle to pop up. Still continuing to pull back. 64 was a number I really didn't want it to go below. Like, I'm going to trade very tightly today. I'm going to be very, very cautious with my trading. Nine's now above 12. We're nearing a crossover and a cyan stitch on pretty good momentum. I'm going to check this against the 3 minute chart and see what's going on there. 3 minutes actually been stacking up in the for the TTM a little bit. 18.2 to 17.9 to 17.7. And then here's where it actually starts to change. 16.19 to 14.5. And our next one's going to be at 48, which is just in about 3 seconds. So right now. So we want the next one to pop up here. Gonna take that profit off. Ugh, I don't know if it sold fast enough. Anyway, green 600 on the day. Looking to get about the cyan switch here from 1.2 to 0.2. But let's remember yesterday, a lot of times we would have these where you could totally, very clearly see this breakout forming. You've got all the indicators moving into the right positions. You've got the TTM moving into the right position in order to see a trend reversal / breakout, and then it would just slam down And it typically would happen at this point or slightly right after. So we have a ways to go to get back towards volume weighted average price, which is up at 39.86, and even further to go in order to get the 200 moving average, which is 39.92. So this was just 39.86. Sorry if I said 38.86. If that did. 0.02, 0.2, up to 0.7. Pushed up to 65 and then pulling back some. You can see this 35, EMA 35 here, is acting as pretty strong resistance. We came and hit it 3 times, 1, 2, 3, almost here. So pretty much 3 or 4 times. And we're pulling back on that cyan. So I'm gonna wait until, so 9's above 12 and we got cyan switch. That's 2 indicators working for us for the upside. But I'm gonna wait till we get a little bit closer to this 1226 crossover. Kind of want to see that crossover happen in order to really take that trade, instead of the anticipation of that crossover, which looks like it's gonna happen. It really does, but at the same time, like I said, given yesterday's movement, going to be very cautious about taking our normal strategies. It did pop back up to 5. Looks like it's going to break through now. Trying to get in here. We're in at 67.75 and pulling back some, but 0.5 and 1.3 on the TCM. Really close to that 1226. Like I said, I really want to see that confirm. I'm probably going to wait to see that confirm inside of my eval before I take the trade. 64.75 right now. 65. Gonna switch this to 3 ticks, which I think is pretty reasonable. More selling pressure coming in. Again, our entry is 65.75. Yeah, 1.3 to 2.4. Hitting resistance along the 35, but we are getting that crossover. See what happens in about 20 seconds. Pull back. Back to flat on the day. A few seconds. 1.5 to 2.4 to 3.3 on the TTM. Coming up with resistance yet again at 35. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 attempts now. Similarly, a 3-minute chart. 3-minute has a possible crossover inbound. And moving from 12.2 to 10.4 on the momentum at 51. So next candle is going to be at 54. It's pulling back a little more than I want to see, but you can see that flag forming on the 3-minute chart. Switching to the 5-minute chart, which did get red-yellow movement from 23.1 to 23.1 to 22.7. 21.7. So this starting second with a little bit more momentum, but at this particular point, I'm a little worried about it popping back down towards lows, just because it's had that much resistance at the EMA 35, and usually the EMA 35 is kind of a softer resistance point. Like it's still there, it's still common like that it resists there, but it usually breaks through after like the 3rd attempt. Just gonna jump in and check with you guys, see how y'all doing. All right, 39, 64, chopping out right here. We want to see the 9 continue to point in the upward direction, and the 26 continue to point in the downward direction. You can see that momentum is still building up 3.1 to 3.8 to 4.0. You see that now when I said that momentum was building up, it was still popping up cyan, but from 3.8 to 4.0, that's not momentum. That's where momentum stops. And so we're either going to see a pullback into the blue, which looks pretty likely. Like I said, I was worried about it coming back down and kind of slamming down. We're currently down 600 on the day and down 1,200 in this trade. Honestly, this is we should have already cut this. So I'm only holding it for a moment. I just wanted to see what happens with this next candle. Yeah. We're out. I'll look at potentially going short and stuff. This may just pop right back up, but it's okay. We'll just work our way out of it. It's not a big deal. 3.8 to 3.9 to 4.0. So you can see how that momentum like leveled off. Like it's no longer moving by like half a point or like 0.7 or 1.0. It's moving by like 0.1. So it's like it's moving less and less. So we got a blue to in between cyan and blue, and we're just popping back and forth between that. We end up with a dark blue, not on much difference, so 3.9 to 3.8. So that's not enough for us to go short. Remember, for going short, I want to see blue to red, and for going long, I want to see red to yellow, and also yellow to cyan. Looks like there is a micro move here. I wish I could have TOS display my all my trades using. I know I can have it display my trades, but I wish I could have a display like this, where it has these like little symbols for in and out. It just like the way that they do it, like they have like a bubble that says like the price and like all this other information. And it's just kind of like I just want to know the entry and exit points. But their bubble is like, 5 contracts at 39.60, and then like has this big like arrow, and it takes up like a ton of space on the chart. And I kind of feel like my chart sizes are like my chart's like so much smaller than everybody else's. Like obviously I could like make it larger, but I really like having this big fat price ladder here. Just to me, this makes it so much easier to trade. I can see my entry and exit, like my entry on the left and my exit on the right, just with the triggers that are already built in. I don't know that I could trade without having bracket orders for futures, because sometimes futures move really fast and you need to be able to be in and out like quickly. And so that's why I'm just like, I want to go for 6 ticks. And I don't want to like do that math. So this just does all that math for me, and it's just a lot easier, in my opinion. I don't do the same thing on the evaluation side, just because I can, but the price ladder something it just doesn't operate and move the same as it normally would with TOS. Like the price ladder in Trade, like it still does the bracket. If we pick a bracket, like 4 ticks, you can see it still does the bracket, but what it doesn't do is move So like this will move with it so that it always stays center. This one doesn't do that. You can see like I have to scroll, and sometimes it scrolls out of the thing, and that can be really challenging because you have to like follow it with the scroll wheel. There's this go to last function, which sometimes works, where it'll center it, but it doesn't always work. So I only use this really to adjust my trade a lot of the time. So we are pulling back pretty consistently now, and we're coming up on the top of the hour as well. By the way, guys, if y'all's chilling, y'all hanging out, make sure you like, subscribe, and ring that bell for notifications. It really does help the channel grow more than you guys might think. Yeah, guys, by all means, please select like, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications. So just clicking the subscribe button thing, and then clicking all, turn on all notifications for this. Also, too, guys, we do have a pretty awesome Discord group that is getting better all the time. So I would love to have you guys in there. I'd love to talk to you guys about trading and investing and crypto and entrepreneurship and anything else you guys might be into. We are getting this pullback. You can see it's still stacking on the 3-minute chart, but I think that we're going to continue to pull back some for a while. Like I said, I was scared off of this one about it pulling back and kind of coming down to test the lows. It did come down pretty low, but not the lows. But yeah, guys, there's a link to our there is a link to our Discord group in the description, but also you can also just type in joelshake.com/Discord as well. Pop down on that one and just pop right back up. Close that. Yeah, that really went against us. Try to short on that and then go up. Pulling back to 39.60. There's a blue to red. Short would have been up here. Would have been from cyan to blue, really. Another possible cross happening. Blue to red on the TCM 1-minute chart. A hammer candle on that one, which is usually indicative of the next move being pop up. But with the blue to red, seems less likely. We're up $100 in our let's pull back heavily and then popping back up. Getting these really big wicks. Like we had this huge rangy doji here. Rangy doji. This was like the longest minute. So it is pulling back. It really wants to go for 6.6. Weird. Minute 59. Out at 59.5 or 58.5. Sorry. Made a tiny amount on that one. I'm gonna reduce this down to 3 ticks. And our low is, what is that? 39.53, and we're currently at 39.58. So we're $5 off a low, but we are very close to that, and we're getting this momentum towards the downside on the 1 minute TTM. I'm gonna wait for a red to yellow move on the 1 minute chart in order to take my next move. So that's the one I'm gonna wait for. Obviously, that short that we took and it subsequently popped was kind of a worse trade. So we're just down 2K on the day in the sim, up 103 in the eval. So that's what matters. But I'm gonna fix the sim side. TTM still moving toward the downside. How you guys doing? You guys red, green, and whatnot? By the way, guys, if you guys are looking to earn money in the futures market, make sure you check out Elite Trader Funding. These guys are awesome. Elite Trader Funding allows you to keep 100% of the first $12,500 that you earn, but also too, like, you can earn funding as low as 10K and as high as 300,000. So you could literally be trading with a whole house. And if you use the link in the description and the promo code JSBEST, you'll actually lock in a lifetime discount. Me personally, I'm working on a 50K evaluation, which allows me to take 8 contracts of the mini with a $2,000 trailing max drawdown and a $3,000 profit target. Make sure that you guys click the See More Details link next to any of the evaluation types if you want to understand more about the rules of the evaluations. There's a couple different types. There's the one steps, there's the fast tracks, there's the end of the day drawdown. This is more of what you can find at a traditional prop firm. And then there's the static drawdown evaluations as well. If you don't want to deal with a trailing max, there's just a flat out max drawdown of 625 maxes, 50, sorry. But we're working on the 50K eval. Let's go ahead and jump back into these charts. 1 minute chart still pulling back on the TTM, but not much. You can see it's actually leveling off some from 2.0 to 2.8 to 2.9 to 3.0. So you can see now we're moving like 1 point in that direction. We actually just got a red low. Gonna wait for a pullback and try and get in off of 60, and I'm gonna put this actually at 5 ticks and see what happens off of 60. So we're in at 60. This yellow switch back to red. We have a possible crossover there, but we're in between red and yellow on this candle. We're at 8:07. Our next candle is going to be in 40 seconds, so $2.9 to 2.7. So that's looking better for a trade. I'm going to zoom in here slightly on the eval side. And pulling back more. 2.9 to 2.9. Not touching this yet. Gonna wait till the next candle. Might just pop up, but nonetheless, gonna wait till the next candle. So that one ended up being a red candle, and we got yellow on the TTM from 2.9 to 2.9. So really no momentum yet. It's got to be more like moving up at like 0.2, 0.3, preferably higher, but it's got to be like showing that it wants to go in that trend, in that direction. So we made a little bit back on the trade. There's a yellow to red right there. That honestly would have been a pretty decent short. I'm not going to do it now. 2.9 to 2.9 to 3.1. So there's like 0.2 in that direction. But I'm not going to do it. The reason why I'm not going to do it now really was like the move was at the very beginning of it. Looking for another red to yellow. We're getting one now from 3.1 to 3.0, but still green, haven't traded. Let's see. What's up, Anthony? All right, so it's continuing to pull back here. So we said we'd be doing shorts off of yellow to red, but frankly, I guess I should have. But there's red to yellow. I was worried basically about that. 2.9 to 3.1 to 3.3 on the red side. To 3.4. So this one is kind of an in-betweeny. If we do end up staying yellow, I'd want to see it do a second yellow before I would take a trade. Preferably at like 0.2 or 0.3 up on the numbers. Coming up to test at 39.60 zone. 3.8 to 3.3, sorry, to 2.9. That's a move of 0.4, so that's looking pretty decent. Try to join the bid off of 61, maybe. $2.7 to 1.9, so that's looking pretty decent. Let's see, 9 is below 12 at the moment. Got the entry off of 61, and we're bouncing. We bounced that really easily, so that was 5 ticks back to the upside. Watch out for resistance here at this 50 EMA, which is right at 63. Jumping to the evaluation side, looks like that would have been a really nice trade there. Did pop up to 63. That's the trade that I was intending to take, but it just popped in like the moment that we got here. So 7 seconds left on this. We're keeping our trades really kind of small and light, going slow at the moment. So now we're pulling back some. I can see a pullback to about 63, 62 and a half, something like that. But try and get in here at 62. Taking the move off 62 on the eval side. Wouldn't have got that little trade, but I have an opportunity now to do it. But now I'm like kind of sketched out on this. 1.6 to 1.0 on the yellow side. So look for another cyan switch. 9's above 12. We're hitting resistance at the 50 MA. Pretty strong resistance too. Wow, look at that. It's pretty decent strength to the downside. Hold all the way below this previous candle here, and so I don't know that we would want to continue with this trade because it did drop below that. 1.6 to 1.3 to 1. Yeah, we're out. So that kind of sucked. I mean, that was everything that we had kind of worked back up, and then we gave it all back plus a little extra. So now we're going to be looking for a cyan switch, and probably the 1226 crossover and the 9 as well. So One thing to note is that this 35 and this 26 are really close together. So if this 1226 actually happens, there's a high probability we'll get above this 35, and that gives us more strength to get above this 50. So yellow to red happening on TTM now. Yeah, no worries. Let's see what we got for market news today. Today is Tuesday. So all we had was a trade deficit today at 5:30. And that was it. And the previous was a deficit of 74.1 billion, and the forecast was a deficit of 80 billion. The actual was 78.2 billion. So that pullback's continuing. I'm gonna try and take a quick short here. So we did just get a nice quick short there at 5 ticks. Made back whatever that is. I think it's 312.50. Pulling all the way back down to 55. That is a pretty heavy pullback there. So we're back on shorting. New lows, 39.52 and a quarter. So new lows popping on the day. 9 is well below 12, and we're continuing to push downward. Negative 1.3 to negative 2 on the TTM on the red side. After a big drop like that, we may get some shorts fill. 2.0, 2.6. I'm going to try shorting off this. Seems a little sketchy to me, but I'm going to try anyway. I'm just going to try for like 1-2 ticks. Nope, it's popping back up. We just shorted at the wrong amount, shorted it right at 52. Feels like there's downward pressure. It's gonna work out, but yeah, it worked out. Made a little 1 tick off that. I don't think that was a very good trade, because in all honesty, that was too much risk for a very small reward, so the ratio wasn't there. It should have been at least a 1-to-1 ratio. 1-to-1 ratio. We may bounce off these lows. I'm sketchy to go long or short. I typically don't short the low, just like I don't buy the high. We're down 2K on the day in sim. 103 in eval. And 39.82 is where VWAP is. We've got resistance along this 50 EMA here at 39.62. And we pulled back pretty heavily off that, down to 39.51. I'd love to really see 39.51 be the actual low of the day and bounce from here. I think 39.50, 39.55 is a really good zone for the ES to stay in for the day, in order to not just completely crash super heavily, but just like being down 1-2%, not even 2%, but like 1% on the day. The ES, I think, is a little bit more manageable for traders than being down like 2-3%. Now I need coffee. So, yeah, man. So I was actually considering starting a coffee company. So if anybody likes coffee or is interested in coffee, I was considering starting a coffee company. Um, I think it would be something that I would probably start like next summer or something like that. But if that's something you guys would be interested in, let me know. Like I was thinking about creating like a coffee company that like it's like so much of the profit goes towards a good cause of some kind. Let me know if you guys would be interested in anything like that. And we basically just ship out the coffee. Just because like I've always been a coffee nerd like my whole life, and I've just always really wanted like a B Corp type company that essentially just takes a certain percentage of its profits and either gives it to certain charities or works towards some sort of creating a stronger impact on the world around us. Probably nothing political. I don't want to do with any of that crap. 3.35 to 3.15. But I can see like doing some like environmental type stuff. 3.5 to 3.1. So we're getting a decent pushback up, a reasonable amount of momentum from 3.35 to 3.0 at 39.56. Let's see. I'm gonna check this against a 3-minute chart. It's been a while since we looked at 3, and then we're checking against the 5. On the 3, it was continuing to stack for a while, and then went to 3.5, then 3.5 flat, and 3.1, and now the 3.16 to 3.0. So the 3 is kind of stacking up a little bit still. 5-minute chart, same thing, 12.09 to 11.9 to 11.8 to 11.7. Wait, I'm saying this wrong. 20.9 to 19.6 to 18.6 to 17.5. Well, that's a completely different story than the thing I just said. Sorry, the visual impairment sometimes gets to me. So 1-minute chart, I said it was stacking pretty decently. We do have a possible crossover, 3.5 to 3.0 to 2.3. Yeah, it's looking decent. Jump for resistance on 35 yet again. In at 57.5. Jumping on the eval side. It's popping up. Looks like I kind of missed that move a little bit. There's resistance there at the 35 that I was mentioning. We did get that trade on the sim side, which was 5 ticks, 5 contracts at 5 ticks. So I'm not taking a trade long yet because of this 35 here. I'm going to want to see what happens on the next candle. It says kind of pushing up a little bit. I'm worried that the next candle might reject. It's rejected several times, the EMA 35. And it did pop up through a little bit. Started off with a little micro rejection, like a little micro pullback, and then popped back up. Let's see, 2.4 to 1.6 to 1.0. We have pretty good momentum forming on the TTM. 12 is above 9 though, and then we are pulling back on that candle. Well, really, I just think it's kind of like in between. It doesn't know which direction it's going, but it looks like it's more going up. Double topping there at 60, 39.60 is the little resistance zone. 1.6 to 0.9. I think this is going to pop up and test the the 50 EMA. I think you could have got a better entry. Maybe one on the pullback there. It ended up with a doji, and let's see, 0.7.
Order filled.
Entered at 59.75 in the eval side. Looking to get out at 60.5, which I don't think is unreasonable.
Order filled.
We got that. 5 contracts, 3 ticks. Up 268.90 in the eval today. Like I said, we're really taking our time today. We also got this trade on the sim side as well, 5 ticks. Down 1275 on the day, and let's see, 1.3 to 0.4. And a little bit, this tea gave me a stomachache. Pulling back now, look for resistance off of the 50 EMA. Hopefully it's not terribly strong, and hopefully it would just kind of pull back to about the 50 EMA, or sorry, the 35 EMA, and ride between here for a minute and then pop. That's the hope. So pulling back to around the 26 SMA, and let's see, we've got the 9s above the 12. We're really close to getting that crossover. That's the cyan crossing over this white line. So it's a 12 EMA crossing above the 26 SMA. You can see that 9 is pulling that right now on the current candle, which is switching to a cyan as well. What I don't like about it is the red actually ended at the very bottom of this green. So we'd have to see this next one pop up with pretty good pressure in order to continue the move. And we also need to get above this 35. So we have those 2 factors going for it right now that need to complete that in order for the next move to really play out. So this one is a wait and see candle for me. And the next one, if it opens above this 35 or like right at it, then we could be looking at taking a trade on the next candle. This is why this one was a wait and see for me. It may end up like a doji or so, really close. Nope, ended red. So this is why I didn't take that trade, was even though we were getting the cyan switch, even though we had all these things working in our favor, the reason why I didn't take it was because I wanted to see this candle here do what this candle is doing now, which is why I didn't take that trade. Now this one that is popping up is hitting resistance 35. What we want to see is this one end above that 35, maybe like right where it's at right now, 59, 60, something like that. So that's the area that we want to see this one pop up, and actually pop straight through the 35, and now it's running into resistance at the 50. The 50. Excuse me. I'm gonna join the bid on this, and 0.14 to 0.7. We're gonna want to see this come up and like just smash through the 50 now. Looking for a potential trade on the eval side, but we're right at the 50 EMA, so I'm not going to take anything yet. We did get the trade on this side, though. We're down 900 on the day. We've come back quite a lot because we're down 2,500. I think 2,450 or something like that was our lowest on the day. 0.7 to 1.6. By the way, if y'all chilling, y'all hanging out, make sure you like, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications, guys. It really does help the channel grow far more than you guys might think. 0.7 to 1.3, 1.2 on the TTM. We're moving about a half a point. We have to break through the 50 EMA. I want to see where the 200 is really far off. So our next resistance zone really is going to be like 63 if this happens to break above this 50 EMA. On the 3-minute chart, our next move is looking like the 1226 crossover, which is also around 63. The 3-minute is pretty close to a cyan switch. It's at 1.58 to 1.0 on the 3-minute TTM. Just gonna jump in and check in with you guys. It's been a minute since I checked the comments. I feel like all this action will end up being a wick on the daily under the 20 EMA. Yeah, OCO orders are mine too. Yeah, I totally agree, man. They're my favorite. I don't think I honestly could trade the futures market without OCOs. I just don't. Just because, like, I just think that, like, without it, I would just constantly be trying to figure out when to get in, when to get out. And I also think that I wouldn't take my profit fast enough. We have a possible crossover for me on the 3-minute chart. It's looking pretty decent up there at 39.60. Like I said, 63 is going to be our line in the sand, and 8.30 is the new candle now, which is looking good. Went from 0.9 to 0, basically flat on the TTM. So let's see. I'm doing the bid. Got in at 61.25, and I'm looking for a push up to 62.5, and we did get that trade. We have a possible 5,200 crossover coming in on the 1-minute chart. That's really a long way off. I think I need to change the parameters of that. I think it's designed for like a 5-minute. So I'm gonna have to probably change the parameters of when that actually pops up. Because I just set that up a couple of days ago, Sunday, I think. So we're popping up to 63, and entered there at like 63-ish. Okay, so 2.3 to 3.7 on the TTM, which is looking pretty nice. Like I said, resistance at 63, and I actually entered at 63, so it's not normal for me to enter at that resistance zone. But our intention is to get above 63 and go to test 65. I don't know if that's going to actually happen yet. 9 is running into the 50 here. 9 and 12 are in the right position. The crossover's in the right position. Everything's in the right position. Now we just need the 9 and 12 to get above this 50 EMA in order to really see the next pop. But that was a nice pop up there off of 50. I would have taken that in the eval side. Bounced off of 63, came up and tapped 64. 10 seconds left in this candle. A little bit of selling happening, but this one might end with a doji. No, it ended green. Oh man, that tea really upset my tummy. 63.5. Pulling back some. Just gonna try and get out at 63.5. Came and tapped that a couple of times. Maybe just 63.25. Pushing back down off of 63. Now I'm wishing that I got out. getting out on that. Loss of 450 on that one. And getting a bounce off 50, 39.62. Off of 50 EMA is what I meant to say. Right around 39.62. Okay, so it's actually popping back up. You see, I'm looking like 4.7 to 4.8 to 5.3. 4.8 to 5.3. I'll run the bid down here at 62. Got in at 61.75. Ooh, actually pulled back though. Pulled back $1 like the moment I got in. I'm looking for this candle to end green and then the next candle to pop up. 4.8 to 5.1. Moving to 0.3. That's not really strong enough. I may have to cut this trade. That trade actually ended up, or that candle ended up going red on that. So I'm going to cut this trade with this little micro profit here. There we go. Cut out with 150 profit on that. Doesn't make up for the loss of 450, but we're back down to being 900 on the day, which is not bad. We've worked our way out of a lot. I'm just checking in with y'all's yeah, I don't know very much about options, honestly. Like, I just stick to futures now. I can tell you a lot about stocks, but just stick to futures anymore. Okay, so this pop right there was what I was looking to actually end up happening. So, like I said, that I wanted this one to end green, then this next candle to pop. Well, that's what I was looking for. It's just that it happened to end that way. So this is pulling back down to 63. We're in at 63 again. It's mine being a mistake, but and we hit resistance here at what, 63.75. I'm gonna put that right there at 3 ticks. So our entry is 63. I'm gonna check this against the 3-minute chart. In there, I don't know that I saw what happened there. We have a possible crossover coming in for the 3, and we did end up getting a science switch. So 0.3 to 1.0 to 1.2, 1.1. Pulling back again. That's pretty hefty pullback there. So cutting that trade down 1650 on the day. I may just go ahead and shut it down there. You know, we're green on the day inside the evaluation. I just kind of want to keep it that way. But yeah, guys, discount, close your trade. Done. Yeah, so all right, guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down, but before I go, make sure you guys like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications, and join inside of our Discord group. There's a link inside the description. I'm gonna be in there after the stream, and I'm going to post my results. And so I'd love to have any type of conversation with you guys in there, and just say what up. Also, guys, if you guys are trying to earn funding in the futures market, be sure to check out Elite Trader Funding. These guys are great. They have wonderful customer service and a wide variety of options to actually earn funding in the futures market. My favorite being the one-step evaluations that allow you to earn as low as 10K and as high as 300,000 in order to earn funding in the futures market and trade with that amount. Personally, I'm working on the 50K. I think the 75K and the 50K are one of the best values out there. 50 allows you to take the eight contracts in the mini, and the 75 is 10. But max drawdown on 2,000, profit target 1.3. If you use the link in the description and the promo code JSBest, to actually lock in a lifetime discount. So, yeah, guys, when you drop below margin level. So yeah, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down. Thank you guys so much for being here. I love and appreciate all of you optimists, and I will see you in the Discord group. All right, peace, y'all.